Okay, where are we?
All right, so the mashed pumpkin after it's pureed looks like baby food.
Yeah.
Not too watery, not too stiff. About the consistency of baby food.
Okay, and then what?
Then I'm putting in sugar, 2/3 a cup of brown sugar, and all the spices. Three eggs.
Shells removed.
You catch on quick. And 2/3, what did I say? Milk. Yeah. 1/2 to 2/3. Really depends on the consistency of the, what are we looking at?
Milk. Not milk.
Yeah. You can use any evaporated milk in the can.
Okay.
And the consistency of the, so that's 3/4 of a cup. So I may not add all of it, but
Okay. Eyeballing it.
yeah, put that much in. It really depends on how much water is in the pumpkin
Yeah.
after you prepare it. So you just close it up. What did I do with the thingy? Seriously.
Spatula?
No, the top. Oh, it's on there. Okay.
Oh.
I can never tell if it's on or not. This is a weird thing. We don't want to overmix it.
Okay, just combine it.
That thing. Oops, that broke your eardrum.
Looks like soup.
Yeah.
Is it the right consistency?
Yeah, I'm going to put the rest of the milk in here because we don't want it too thick. Otherwise, it'll be a dry custard. We're really making custard.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so now I'm processing the pumpkin that's been scooped out of the cooked pumpkin. And it's got to get processed so it's smooth.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it? The filling's ready?
Yep. Let's see.
Huh.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
All right.
And you can do all of this in a mix master if you choose to. I just like this because it's so splattery that I like using the food processor. 4 cups of flour and a tablespoon of salt.
We're onto the crust.
I'm going to mix it so the salt gets blended in. I'm going to add a couple of shakes. Pumpkin pie spice.
Okay.
Then you're going to cut in the shortening.
Oh. So that was a whole
That was 1 cup.
cup. Okay. It's a thing like that. Crisco.
And then I'm going to use one more 1/3 cup. So you use 1/3 cup of shortening for every cup of flour. Okay, stop.
Okay, one more 1/3, which is how much of that stick?
It's measured, so it's all good.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna cut this in first.
This shortening is not cold, is it?
No.
Shouldn't it be cold,
Yeah,
ideally?
ideally. Okay, you can cut here.
All right, what do we got here?
Half a teaspoon apple cider vinegar into the ice water.
Okay. It's all cut in, pea-sized chunks.
Yeah, you don't want to see any big chunks of white because that'll leave big streaks in your crust. Make sure it's all in there.
Yeah.
Water, about a cup, but we're gonna do a little bit at a time, not with the ice cubes. And just take a fork and lightly blend the water in. You don't want to ever mix it hard, so it's not like pancake batter. You don't want it to be soupy, of course, and you don't want it to get tough. If you overmix at this stage, it'll get tough.
Okay.
So once it starts sticking to the fork, you're pretty much there. See how it's sticking?
Mm-hmm.
Get the crumbs at the bottom. There's usually, those need more. You don't want any big piles of crumbs in here. You want them to be now stuck together. Pretty stuck together now. No wet portions, no dry portions.
Okay.
Now we made it into 3 discs. Let them sit for a minute, but they're easy to handle. They're not sticking to my hand. If you get a little spot where it's a little sticky, you can put some flour, and you don't want to handle them any more than you have to, just to get them kind of smooth and into a disc. Then you can roll it easily.
Are you gonna roll it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Fancy rolling pin.
I know, isn't it fancy? That was my gift from Jenny and Reynos. So I'm going to use that big pan and make these pumpkin pie bars.
Squares, right?
Squares, yeah.
Bars? Yeah, bars.
All right, so obviously I can't roll all that at once because I'd never be able to pick it up. So we'll do it in sections. But you always start at the middle of the pie, at the middle of the dough, and go out. Never, don't go like that.
Okay.
Put these in there. Oh, am I in your way?
No.
Okay. And because I put that vinegar in there, it's not breaking and falling apart.
Oh. I see. You're doing half the pan at a time.
Right. And then we'll just fudge it over so it covers the corners like that.
So the thickness of that crust is, I don't know what I would call that, like an eighth of an inch maybe.
Yeah, not too thin, not too thick.
Yeah, it's not paper thin.
No.
Second dough, second crust.
It's a little sticky right there. I'm gonna put some flour.
Now just pinch them together.
Well, I'm gonna put some water on the edges
Oh.
to help seal it. Because you don't want your filling to leak onto the pan and you'd have a big mess.
Oh, because it's pretty liquid, the filling, when you put it in.
Yeah, and I might just lay this on the oven rack before filling it.
I mean,
I'm gonna lay this pan full of dough.
oh, so you don't have to lift it into the oven
Yeah,
with the liquid filled. Aha.
yeah. We're putting the dough into the hot oven to par bake it. Helps it from getting soggy.
How long?
5 minutes at the most. Okay. So that's par baked.
Just lightly toasted.
If it bubbles like this, just go like that. Push it down a little. It'll go down when the filling is on top of it. We'll take all this filling. Now, if I was doing a normal round 9-inch pie, I wouldn't bother doing it in the oven. I'd do it on top, but
Yeah, this is hard to carry
yeah.
and not spill.
I'm gonna get pause it for a second.
Just kind of smoothing it in.
Make sure you fill in the corners because that's gonna bake first.
Oh,
I don't want it too thin there.
so how long are we gonna put this in?
Well, we're gonna time it for 30 minutes and then test it. Okay, so we're gonna test this baby. It looks done because it's starting to get solider on the top. And when it's so thin, that means it's done.
Came out clean?
Came out clean.
Oh, okay.
So over baking is the thing you don't want to do. So I tested it at 25 minutes is all it took.
That was only 25 minutes and it's ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why par baking the crust is such a good thing too, because you don't have to leave it in as long for the crust to get baked.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
There it is. Pumpkin pie squares.
Obviously, if you were picking to choose a pie and it was thicker, it would take longer.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This isn't that